All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another 500. And we're just kind of looking around the world here and seeing that the names are thinning out quite a bit. If you look at the first video, you'll see it's just stacked with tons of names and just a lot of people drop out, as they go. We were actually much stronger at first, and then a lot of our members did drop out. And that's just kind of the name of the game. We've added Ginger Khan. I'm really super glad to have him. He's got a pretty decent navy at this point. I think maybe 6 to 8 ships, maybe even a battleship, I believe. We'll go look at that just quickly. Yeah, I think he's got just a bunch of cruisers, but hey, that's pretty great. He's manning these islands around here. It looks like he's going to slowly take them over. Good for you, buddy. I'm using my cruisers now that are on the map. I've got a couple. These two just were getting chased by a stack of infantry. I finally picked them off. So I try not to do mechanic stuff here during these videos, but I happen to notice that. So let's attack people. What I'm trying to do is just kind of shell from the ocean here to help my buddy take the rest of this island. I would love to take this. You can see I'm deeply in the red here. So I've got some infantry coming. My ultimate goal is to try to take this. It does seem like South Dutch Papua comes and goes. Like he'll do nothing at all for a long time and then come back. And, I guess people have lives. Go figure. Anyway, I'm lucky enough to have a schedule where I can check in during the day on my phone. And then in the evenings, I do like to use my desktop to have a little bit more mobility and recording ability. So anyway, big news here is I went ahead and did take over this entire AI that had dropped out. He was one of our allies that dropped out, and I just really hate having an AI to my back or next door. I would have had to man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 territories, not with a bunch of troops. I'd probably just stack 10 or so, but that's 70 troops. That would have to be probably even 8, right? Even 8, but still, that's more than 50 troops that would have to hang back. And so I just decided to stack here. If you want to see that, you can actually see that in action on one of my other stacks under tips and tactics. I went ahead and recorded that as a how to dismantle an AI with the least possible pain. So if you want to go look at that under tips and tactics, I think it's certainly the last one I made, but that's not going to help you if you watch this after I've made others. I think it's number 6, but anyway, you'll be able to see it's titled accordingly. So anyway, I didn't record that because we jumped straight to where we are now. But anyway, I've got a nice landmass here. You can see all the guys that I had down here. I'm rerouting back up here to begin my invasion up into this AI, Calvert, right here, and possibly over into here. So I'm going to expand as much as I can here. One thing I am doing, I thought I'd let you know, is I'm trying to build a super highway of railway systems. And maybe my more advanced people can tell me, but it only makes sense to me. So I assume, but I shouldn't assume, but I assume that my friends can use railways. And the reason I assume that is that I've walked over my friend's land in the past, and it routes me over their rail. Look at that. So, look at that. Honestly, even his railway has got to be faster, or it would have routed me differently. So I'm pretty sure, whoops, dang it. Stay there, buddy. My point being, though, that if I make a railway, Australian railway, all the way from my friend's territory down here through my territory, goes up through here. You can see there's a train growing there, up into here where a train already exists, up through here where a train is building, into here. Wow, this is slow today. Into here where a train is building, and then up into here, train building, up into here, train building. And then ultimately to the coast, you can see there's a train building there. And there's a harbor. So, you might ask, why don't they get in the water here and go north? Well, the thing is, land travel is much faster, especially with railway. So they should get as far north as they can. I'm hoping to do this just to have a nice way for Eastern Australia to move their troops north when we start that invasion of Southeast Asia. So that's a ways off, but it's exciting. It's coming. I'm hoping that this guy works out. As of right now, he has 19 territories. In third place, in terms of number of territories, we do have Otago, who's doing great. He's taken over that entire island with 35 countries, 35 territories, rather. No, it looks like he's still working on this last one, but that'll be his as soon as he wants it, honestly, because he's got all the naval forces he needs to enforce that. 35 territories there, and then we have Sydney over here, who's just smashing it. Wow, this is really lagging today. I don't know what's going on. Sydney's really smashing it here with 50. And then really the only reason I'm competing with Sydney was because of my massive takeover of this entire country here and all of its territories. But I do have 54 territories now. And really, that's the way I count sort of the power of our coalition. And that's why, I'm loving Sydney as expansionist. I'm loving Otago over here as also expansionist. Some of my other allies are still, I'll tell you what, man, this is really giving me problems today. It's not zooming or anything. Gascoigne here has done pretty well. He's been expanding southward steadily. You can see he looks like he's got a heavy tank there. So he's doing all right. 21, not bad. That's respectable. And so honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about things. I like that we've got Ginger Khan. I do honestly feel like we have a core group of 4. Otago, Sydney, me, and Ginger Man here up in North Borneo. And then we have a couple of other sort of lesser, I shouldn't even say lesser, but just probably less committed to being here all the time kind of thing, less committed to checking your cell phone every couple hours type of deal. But they're still active and moving around, so that's good. And then here we have my favorite, my favorite story of the day is down here in Melbourne. All right, you look at Melbourne and you think, well, Melbourne's not doing much. He's got a boat there. That's cool. Wait, what's this? Oh, it's Melbourne. Melbourne, here, this guy is just waiting at sea. No one knows why. And then he's sending all the rest of them over to here. And it's like, what is happening? And in our group chat, people have even said, they're like, what is that guy doing? And I think his name is something weird, like, Damo. What is Damo doing? Like, he's just leaving us and going out to capture islands. And so now maybe he's been waiting for this guy. These guys are super fast in the water, though. So he can catch up easily, 67 kilometers per hour. They're really, really fast in the water. They're almost as fast as like horses on land. Some of these cavalry units are. Wow, they're faster. And wow, I did not know that. So they actually travel through the water much faster than a galloping horse. So that's pretty cool. And he can catch up with them and maybe help to capture these islands. It'd be nice to be able to shell from a boat. I love those cruisers. They're cheap. They are a ranged unit. And it's great to be able to, have anything to throw. It doesn't matter how powerful. If you can just throw stuff over your infantry, you can see that's what's going on over here with Sydney. Sydney's attacking in. Good for you, bud. I'm not going to attack in over there. I just have a little bulwark here, a little defensive structure that the previous owner built for me. Thanks, bud. And so I haven't even started production here yet. I need to, though, but I've got a lot of steel production. What you can see, I just have no energy. And I've looked over this entire area, and there's just no real energy to be had. I think that's true of everyone, because I think that's why North Borneo is coming down here to get this double oil. And good for you, buddy. So North Borneo, of course, Ginger Khan. Maybe I can trade him for oil later. But you know what? That's just smart playing. That's looking for resources that you need and attacking in. I, for one, desperately needed this double fish. So you can see I'm already developing here. There was already a railroad. Thank goodness. I'm developing as much as I possibly can there. I'll probably get a harbor next once I get this, because harbors, of course, increase production by 25%. So hopefully, I was in the red here. I hope to bring this deep into the blue, because that's what I'm going to be doing, is selling fish and selling wheat, selling iron to buy energy goods, So anyway, thanks for checking in, guys. Just a quick check how we're doing here. We are tied for second place in terms of, oh, geez, I don't know what's going on. Oh, we were tied. We are now squarely in third place in terms of reward points. Okay, reward points is the way that they try to kind of get morale, development, number of territories. Somebody on the Reddit thread shared the actual calculation equation formula, whatever, and it's nuts. Like there's a lot of epsilons, which epsilon, the capital E looking thing, is a mathematical term representing sort of the change. I guess between previous and current situations. I know that epsilon is used in. It's a precursor for calculus when you start to do infinite sums. Anyway, there's some complicated mathematics at work, is what I'm saying. But as I've mentioned before, my favorite way of looking at this to kind of get a long-term idea of what's going on is looking at the coalition and then organizing according to the number of provinces, because to me that's the long-term riches is this. Look at this. What in the world is going on here? Two countries are dominating. So I'm just going to predict that Royal Britain is going to win. All they need to do is draw in a few more. Evidently, they're super duper dominating. I haven't really even given much thought to that, and I suppose there's no point really. But what's going on over there? That's just ridiculous. Well, let's see what's happening here. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but I assume this is this Royal Britain? No. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll figure all that out later and bring it back to you. It's probably up here somewhere. No. All right. So thanks for checking in, guys. It's fun doing these 500 player maps. It's fun being in the running in the top 3 at least. And I've got a competent crew of 4 here, and then a couple other people who check in pretty regularly. So we've got a nice crew here. And then we have one guy who's just going sailing out into the deep ocean. It's like, hey, come back, Damo. Damo, where are you, Damo? Where are you going? Where is Damo? Oh, he's not that far out. I was searching too far out. All right. Well, thanks for checking in, guys. I will see you next time. This has been our next edition of Another 500, and I'll check you on the flip side. Adios, amigos.